for you to see. It's just kind of this general transition in density of cells and sometimes color change depending on the way the slide is stained. But we were out here a minute ago out here in the villi, and this is a villus right here, this is a villus, and then we've got one that's kind of chopped this way. And then we get into the connective tissue elements down in here. Notice how the connective tissue in here is different from the tissue here. I'm not going to say connective tissue. But if we were to zoom in on this, the nuclei of the lamina propria connective tissue are relatively far apart in these areas. Here it's very, very dense. It's also a little bit darker in this area. From here to about here, appears as though this is MALT. Now this is not a good example. I almost went right past it. Typically MALT stains much more darker than this. In fact, I bet there's a cluster of MALT right here. But you can find it anywhere in the mucosa. So it could be extending up into a villus or not. Depends on the slide that you have. But any region of very densely packed, dark staining cellular material in the mucosa is going to be that MALT, lymphatic tissue. And what you'll see is that the further down the GI tract we get, the more of it you will see. The reason is that as the food progresses down the GI tract, the bacterial population multiplies until in the colon, a large percentage of the mass of what's left in the colon is bacteria and fiber, undigestibles, essentially. So what that means is the risk for possible infection becomes greater and greater the further down the GI tract you get. You think about the GI tract, it starts with the mouth, right?